Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Former NFL GM urges Cowboys to trade up to fill biggest need. The Dallas Cowboys have a massive hole to fill along the offensive line, following All-Pro left tackle Tyron Smith's departure via free agency to the New York Jets. Dallas could invest an early-round pick to bolster an inexperienced backfield or fill a void in the linebacking core. However, one former NFL general manager believes Jerry Jones and the Cowboys need to prioritize offensive tackle in the NFL draft and even trade up to get one of the premier prospects at the position. In CBS Sports' latest mock draft projection, former NFL GM Rick Spielman suggests the Cowboys need to trade up to select Penn State All-American offensive tackle Olu Fashanu. "You got the second-best left tackle and one of the biggest needs on my offensive line," Spielman writes of Fashanu, projecting a Cowboys trade with the Las Vegas Raiders all the way up to pick number 13. "And maybe on my football team. Fashanu is a plug-and-play starter with significant upside, who could help soften the blow of losing Smith protecting Dak Prescott's blind side." Fashanu returned to Happy Valley for the 2023 season, in hopes of helping power the Nittany Lions to a college football playoff berth and to bolster his draft stock. While Penn State fell short of a playoff berth, Fashanu was named a first-team All-American last season, prior to declaring for the 2024 NFL Draft. Across his 3 seasons as a starter, Fashanu did not allow a sack, as Pro Football Focus points out, while finishing the 2023 campaign with an elite 88.4 pass protection grade and a 78.8 overall mark. "He's a good football player and he's going to keep getting better," an NFC personnel executive tells NFL.com. "But, he's got areas to coach up. But you love that he went up against 2 really good rushers in practice, so he knows what it looks like." Meanwhile, CBS Sports' Chris Trapasso lists the 6'6" and 317-pound Fashanu as the number 9 overall prospect in this year's class. "Fashanu is still a young," Trapasso writes, "and highly talented left tackle prospect without many flaws to his game. The Penn State star has a prototypical build, added strength to his game while staying at school in 2023, and exudes athletic gifts. And he doesn't turn 22 until December." Left tackle isn't the only position along the Cowboys' offensive line that will experience turnover in 2024. The Cowboys also lost stalwart center Tyler Biadasz, who signed a 3-year deal with the NFC East rival Washington Commanders worth $29.25 million in free agency. However, during the NFL annual meeting, Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy is confident that there won't be a significant drop-off when Brock Hoffman steps into the starting lineup. "Brock Hoffman has been here, and no one was as close to Tyler Biadasz as he was," McCarthy told reporters in Orlando. "I think that's a natural step for him to step in there and we'll continue to grow. But we definitely do want to continue to add talent and depth to that room." Hoffman, according to Pro Football Focus, played 222 snaps for the Cowboys last season and did not allow a sack, but did surrender 5 quarterback pressures. The Cowboys have consistently fielded one of the NFL's consistently elite offensive lines, but the position group as a whole may be primed to go through a transition in 2024. Cowboys warned against reunion with fan-favorite ex-Pro Bowler. Just as soon as the news that a potential reunion between the Cowboys and former star running back Ezekiel Elliott might yet be nigh, we get a reminder that such a remarriage might not be that great an idea. Yes, in an off-season in which the team has done little but gone backward and set itself up for a turbulent future, rehiring Elliott would give Dallas a much-needed feel-good moment. But it would be brief, because bringing back Elliott would mean a grim short-term future for the Cowboys' running back spot. If he signs on, the Cowboys would have to play him. And if they play him, they would most certainly be reminded of the reason they sent him packing at this time last year in the first place. That's the gist of the warning from the SB Nation site, Blogging the Boys, in an article by analyst LP Cruz titled, "Cowboys Free Agents, 2 Big Reasons Why the Cowboys Should Not Re-Sign Ezekiel Elliott." Let's start by getting into the two aforementioned reasons. First, Cruz points out that when the Cowboys last brought back a franchise hero, Jason Witten, the team tried to force production out of him, even though there was clearly little left in his tank. That could well happen again with Elliott, who has as sterling a resume as a Cowboys running back as just about any in franchise history. He led the league in rushing as a rookie, and again in his third season, and led the NFL in yards per game for his first 3 years, at 108.7 yards, 98.3 and 95.6. He scored 68 touchdowns in 7 seasons. Elliott has 3 Pro Bowls and 1 first-team All-Pro selection to his credit. With his track record, the Cowboys would not sign Elliott to be a spectator. He would sign on to play and would sap the life out of whatever rebuilding of the running back room the Cowboys want to do. If Elliott were still on the team would insist upon making Elliott the lead runner due to what he has done for the franchise and his durability throughout the years, never being unavailable long enough to give the team a serious look at any other options on the roster. Jerry will stick by his made men no matter the team's expense, and that cannot benefit the Cowboys if Elliott returns, Cruz wrote. But as so often happens with NFL running backs, Elliott flamed out under the weight of his early workload. He had 4 great seasons to start his career, but he declined precipitously after that. By his final season in Dallas, in 2022, he tallied 58.4 yards per game and a career-low 3.8 yards per carry. He got another shot with the Patriots last year, but his yards per carry dropped to just 3.5 in New England last season. And that's the other reason not to sign Elliott, he's just not good anymore. Wrote Cruz, when you watch Elliott play, you can see the lack of consistent explosiveness. Furthermore, elusiveness has also been a point of discussion. According to PlayerProfiler.com, the stats don't reflect well for Elliott. In 2023, he had a juke rate of 15.3%, number 42, just 1 breakaway run, and perhaps most damning, and expected points added of -55.3, 150th, and last year with the New England Patriots, Elliott had his worst production per carry with a mere 3.5 yards per rush. The lack of explosiveness, elusiveness, and speed make Elliott an unappealing option. Dallas Cowboys projected to trade $115 million offensive star for load of draft picks. The Dallas Cowboys are in a pivotal place when it comes to their immediate future. Instead of extending Dak Prescott and freeing up salary cap space to add talent that would help them make a run at a Super Bowl in 2024, they are allowing their franchise QB to play through the end of his contract. Now, with far less talent, due to players who have left during free agency, Prescott is expected to somehow win this season without the same level of talent he had last season. Either way, there's a strong chance he walks and joins another team after 2024. The USA Today site Cowboys Wire is advocating for the team to just hit the restart button now, ahead of the NFL draft. In its latest mock draft, a pair of mega trades that finish off the process that pretty much already began during this year's NFL free agency process, the dismantling of the Cowboys as we know them. Trading Prescott is one move. Even more surprising, they believe trading CeeDee Lamb could also be on the table for the Dallas Cowboys. Already gone are 5 starters from 2023, including stalwart left tackle Tyron Smith and running back Tony Pollard. The Cowboys have added precious little on the free agent market and declined to make the one move that could have kept the team together while also proving a new direction, firing Mike McCarthy and adding a new head coach. Instead, the Cowboys' strategy has been to keep McCarthy and sit on their hands through free agency. And if the 2024 season flops as badly as 2023 did, we're likely in for a complete roster demolition. Why not just start it now? In addition to reaping a draft haul for Prescott, Cowboys Wire is advocating a 2-pick haul for Lamb, sending him to the Pittsburgh Steelers for their first-round pick and their third-round pick. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.